Hello everyone, it's been a while. So this, I thought I'm just gonna do a little video to explain what's been going on, why I haven't been uploading and stuff like that. And sorry if the audio isn't quite as good as it has been in like gaming videos and stuff. It's literally down to the fact that I wanted better video quality, so I'm using my phone as opposed to using my webcam. Because basically since I've uploaded, since everything that's been going on with the pandemic, lots of things have happened, and that is one of the reasons why I've not been doing anything. Because you'd think being at home more would mean I would be uploading and making more videos, but in fact, it kind of took my motivation away. It was a case of I'm stuck inside, so I have the opportunity to do it rather than me deciding to stay inside and do it, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me anyway. I have uploaded one video since everything that's been going on, and I've tried to continue it, but I had that one spark of motivation to do it, and then it never came back. So what's been going on since whenever the last video was before that one? My last video before that was April. So a lot of things happened in April. Well, actually, slightly before April, but obviously April is when isolation and lockdown became a lot more of a thing. Not the Christmas just gone, but Christmas before. My ex-partner at the time started some form of symptoms, not to do with COVID, to do with something else, and we thought potentially we had a lot of things going on in the background. But then turns out later in December, just after Christmas, early January, we discovered that good news was that she was actually pregnant. So I was actually having a child, and of course, one of those moments was, do we keep it? Do we get rid of it? Because it wasn't planned. So we decided to keep it. So I'm actually now, in the last year, I have become a father, and I gotta say, was not expecting that until I don't even know when, but I am now a dad, and it actually warms my heart a little bit, which does mean I'm now going to have somewhat less time in the future to do things that I want to do, but it's for a good cause. But the process has not been smooth, and obviously everything with lockdown and stuff, which means, well, first it was isolation, so we didn't think we were going to see each other for a while, and then once the isolation came down, transformed into a lockdown, it was even worse. And we tried to keep it going, but unfortunately, our relationship ended. But it's fine, we're on good terms, and obviously we're going to make the best of it for our son, which is great. But obviously, going forward, through all of that, it was not so. Relationship ending, becoming a dad, lockdown, COVID, all that was happening, and because I was having a child, I was like, I need to move closer. So in that same period of time, I left my job to get another one, and I've moved a total of 3 times during lockdown. I had to move. Well, I moved from one area of the town I was currently living into to another area in the town temporarily, whilst I was trying to get my job. And of course, getting a job in a city 2 hours away, while still living in the town I was currently in, is obviously going to be hard, because they're going to look at you and go, look at your address on your application and go, well, he lives really far away. Is he going to be able to commit and stuff? Which of course I always say in the additional bits, I'm looking to relocate for the job. I got one. I eventually got one, which is fantastic. I had a few interviews, and a couple of them were cancelled because of COVID, but then I managed to get one from the company I'm with now, an experience day an experience day where there was like a lot of exercises to do and stuff like that. And luckily that was all prior to lockdown COVID, but I didn't get the results until after COVID started. It was bizarre. One of my friends in my current job moved as well to be closer to this one, and he offered me a spare room, which means I've moved from there to another town. And then since then I've got my own place, and now I've moved from there. So been a lot going on, and with this new job I have very long shifts, as opposed to my last job in CEX, Whereas in CX, I was working from either 8:30 to 7:45 in the morning, all the way up until 6:30. Those are my shift patterns, and of course going home and blah, blah, blah. And then again, 2, maybe 3 days off maximum a week, but it was more manageable because I wasn't doing as many shifts. With this one, I do have 3 days off a week, but I work from 8:30 in the morning until 7:30 at night. I know it only sounds like like another extra hour or so on top, but it does take it out of you. Because I have to get up really early now because I still got to travel to work, or did before I was working from home. I only have a couple of hours in the evening to myself before I go to bed, so I don't feel like I have any me time in the 4 days that I actually work. Now that's not anything against the company, that's just myself. That's me going, that's my mentality. So that kills my motivation and my productivity to do anything else, which then seeps into my days off, because then my days off happen, I'm just there going, no, I don't want to do anything. And it really kills my motivation, which is why I haven't uploaded as much YouTube content as well. Like I said, I've done one because I had that small burst of motivation to do. I am trying to go ahead. So this is obviously uploaded on the 1st. I'm going to try and start coming back. I'm going to start finishing off the series that I've already ongoing. So you got the Super Mario Endless run, well, which is not really going to end as endless, and of course the Devil May Cry 1 playthrough, which I have recorded. I actually recorded the end of that series. I just haven't edited them and uploaded them, but I've already got them on. So that's already needs to be edited and uploaded, and then that's done. I can move on to either the next game in the Devil May Cry series or a completely new game again. I can do that. Before everything went on, I went to 2 uploads a month, whereas now I'm going to think I'm going to have to, because of the amount of time I have, and now that I have a son that I have to, obviously my life is going to have to be dedicated towards as well, because family is going to obviously is one of the most important things in the world. I'm going to have less time to do everything, so I'm going back down to 1 a month. I'm going to try going back down to 1 a month. However, it's also because in that time, in like the last month or so, I've also started streaming on Twitch more, because I found it a lot more manageable, weirdly enough. Like with YouTube videos, you can record a lot in advance, but then you've got to edit them and upload them. And even if I do 1 a month, I could still be taking days out of my week to do all of it. So and with Twitch, it was a case of, cool, it's already set up. I go live on one of my days off for a few hours, normally about 2 to 4, sometimes maybe a little bit more, depending on how awake I am from the caffeine in my system. And that's every week. That's just once a week, every 4 hours a week, that's it. And it's already set up, I just gotta go. I just gotta do it. It was just so much easier as opposed to doing YouTube. I don't know how I'm gonna manage, but I'm gonna try, which is why I'm downscaling the YouTube. In the future, if things get better, if things get better and I'm able to manage my time a lot better, or I feel like what I'm doing is incredibly manageable, I might then upgrade to doing YouTube more. I hope so, to be fair, because I miss doing it. I really do. It's just trying to get that time and effort to do it. I mean, the setup in my home is less than ideal than what it used to be. In fact, I'll show you. This is literally my setup at the moment now. So you got the TV. I mean, it's a little bit more spread out because of, well, I moved where the tripod was so I can actually record this, because it's, like I said, it's on my phone. But it's a very simple setup. I can own a desk or anything. Whereas before, I mean, I had a whole setup kind of for doing everything and recording anyway. It was just moving my PC in and out, and that was it. Whereas now it's a hassle. It's a hassle. But I wanted to make this video to explain what was going on, because there's so much going on which kind of makes sense of why I haven't been doing the YouTubes. And of course, you guys watch my videos, so I feel like you all deserve to know why. Of course, I have updated my Facebook page about it a few times, and I've been updating it with every stuff that I go through. And I think I've done my Twitter most of the time, but there was no physical video on the channel for people who don't follow it or don't see those posts to figure out where have I gone? But don't, I mean, that's literally it. That's all of it. That's all of it. I mean, you know, so it all boils down to a relationship ending, COVID, moving 3 times, getting a new job, and obviously now having a child. Now, I'm not a parent full-time, unfortunately, as much as I would love to be full-time. So that will change in the future. It is literally a gradual process. Of course, being a split household as well, that's why I'm also not full-time dad, which makes sense. However, this does mean that I have a reason now to practice and get a lot more dad jokes. Not that it stopped me before, but now I have a reason to. But it was one I heard the other day. It was price of an Indian takeaway, £20. Price of delivery, £2. Price to realize that they've forgotten something, riceless. Riceless. But yes, I mean, my YouTube is now slightly less, but I've now gone more active on Twitch to do streams. Now, before I did stream on YouTube and Twitch. However, by streaming to a third-party service that split them, it was a case of some features I have on my stream may not be functional. Now, I don't know what those features would be, so I didn't want to risk it. So I've only been streaming on Twitch at the moment, and I wanted to try and build the Twitch up a little bit because it's been inactive for a very long time and not really concentrated on. It's always been either dead or split between 2 things. For you guys, if you are interested in jumping in every so often to see what games I'm actually playing, streaming, that are not making it to the YouTube channel, if you go to twitch.tv/BlytheCymru, you'll see my schedule, but there, and all my social media to keep on tabs on and stuff like that as well. It's also normally in the description of these videos. But my schedule is every Sunday, 8 o'clock British time, so GMT. Every other week, I've got one game I'm continuously playing, that is Dying Light, which I've never played before since before I started twitching, and I thought it was relevant of the time. It's all about surviving in an area that's under quarantine due to some form of virus turning into zombies. And I thought, oh, how fitting. We're in lockdown due to a virus. Brilliant. And I've been playing that every other Sunday. And then every Sunday in between, I just play a random game, depending on what I'm feeling at the time. And if you guys want to pop on over, follow the channel and have a watch and have extra entertainment for when videos are not up on YouTube, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been happening to me over the last course of, wow, about, what was it, 10 months? Sounds about right. It seems like 10 months. What is it, April? No, less than 10 months, 8 months? I can't count. But those who watch this video who are very curious, my son's name is Loki. Now, I wanted to call him James because it's my middle name. And I know it works well with my last name because he has my last name and his mother's last name in there. But he was a little bit of a mischief maker when he was still in the womb. So I made a joke about wanting to call him Loki because he's the god of mischief. His mum loved the idea. I said as a joke, she loved the idea, and apparently she'd already thought of the name beforehand. And I thought, well, that's that done then. But I managed to get James in there with his second name. So his name is Loki James, and then the rest. Not going to tell you too many details about him because obviously he's my son, and I want to protect him by not giving all of his details on the internet, if that really makes sense. But who knows? Maybe he'll be in future videos, or maybe he'll come in one day in the future, bother me on a stream. You never know. I mean, he's currently, was it now August? He was born in August, so it was August, September, October, November, December, January, less than 8 months. I can't count. So yeah, that's what I thought. He's currently 5 months from, or 5.5 months by the time this video goes out. So it's going to be a while until he interrupts me in videos and streams, but who knows? Maybe it'll be entertaining. But yes, I'm a father, and it's still, it's there in my head, but it's also not at the same time. It's definitely something I gonna get used to. But because of that and everything's going on, like I'm trying to push myself to I'm gonna kick myself up the butt to try and get into gear again. Like, hence why I'm doing Twitch now. I decided to just go ahead and do that, but it took me effort to do that. I'm kicking myself in the ass to go and help do this kind of thing again to YouTube. I keep looking at the screen, but the camera's right freaking there. And I also I signed up to like the Sorted Club meal pack plan, which hopefully means I'll be eating healthier and trying things I've never tried before. Like, and hopefully lose weight at the same time. Because I've gained, I've gained not a lot of weight, but a decent amount of weight since everything that's been going on with lockdown and stress and everything. So this, but this is not a plug, or this is not anything for, I'm not trying to say, oh, go and do it, but if you guys are definitely interested in trying new things, trying to up your cooking game and stuff like that, and I would say give it a go, because that is the idea of it. And it's also, the idea is that like you cut down on food waste and potentially you're spending as well. But it's getting me it's literally getting me to try things I've never tried before and buying ingredients I've never thought about. Like toasted sesame seed oil. Who would have thought to buy that? I certainly didn't. And I've bought oregano, or how you pronounce it, ginger, curry powder, chili flakes. I've never thought of buying any of those, but it's definitely getting me to try new stuff. And if this is going to get me in a better mood, motivation, mental state as well, because I feel better about myself, that's definitely going to help me with my Twitch and my YouTube and just life in general. So hopefully this will make all of this combined is going to make hopefully everything better in the long run. And if you guys are curious, it's they've got a YouTube channel called Sorted. This is a YouTube channel called Sorted, and they're basically chefs and normals, and that's where it comes from. But again, this is not meant to be a plug. I just wanted to fill you in of what changes have been happening in my life so far. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm literally running out of things to talk about. Like, oh yeah, how about this PlayStation controller? Ooh. But no, for people who are interested in the gaming, I'm not playing PS5. I did not get one. I did not pre-order one, simply because money. Because my mind was, I've just moved and I need to save money up for Loki. So I was there going, yeah, no, I rather wait. I'm gonna wait and then see what happens in the future. About which turned out to be the best. I've heard enough. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I've heard bad things about it being delivered, and of course, nobody can get one at the moment. So I'm still stuck on my PlayStation 4 Pro, which is fine. For those who still stuck around waiting for me to come back, thank you so much. For those who have actually been aware of my Twitch and have actually joined in and supported the Twitch for the last month and a half by the time this video goes up or so, thank you so much as well. And honestly, it means a lot. I'm sorry I haven't been here on YouTube, but I'm hopefully going to start coming back. And but yeah, life just sucks right now. In general, we can't do anything. We're limited. Everyone's mental health is literally going down the drain. So all we can do is trying to do things that we enjoy, even if it's a little bit extra effort to try and get yourself motivated. Whatever you think can help, just do it. Like going back to Twitch has really helped. Going back to Twitch has actually really helped me, because the communication and the interaction with people who are just enjoying your videos are absolutely fantastic. It makes me feel better. But guys, pick up reading, pick up cooking, pick up playing more video games. Don't be afraid if you play video games but you're like, oh, I'm at home now, I'm gonna play more video games, and it's such a bad thing. It's like, if it makes you feel better, fine. Just don't sacrifice anything else in the meantime. If you're gonna play extra games and eat less or less healthily, don't do it. But if it's gonna make you feel better and help your mental health in the way, go for it. We've got to do all we can to help us each other through this. And obviously, just stick to the rules, use your common sense, and if everyone does that, we'll get to a better place in the world, and we can all go back to as close to normal as possible. But no, honestly though, guys, thank you so much for waiting patiently, and hopefully, and if you're still here, and if you've waited and you've come back, thank you so much. And literally remember, it's twitch.tv/BlytheCymru if you want to see videos. if you want to see what I do out of YouTube, but I'm hoping to get back to YouTube on the 1st of every month is going to be the upload. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Gotta get on with my day. Gotta cook. Gotta play more games. And but no, I will see you either on Twitch in the next video. Hoil, guys. See you soon.